Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Seminoles' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Shoot, quick toss to the right. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And the Longhorns are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback making checks. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads-up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Trying to get the corner. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You've just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's gone. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to fire. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
He might want another play. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to go up top. Lobs it off the back foot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
It's not the end of the world. Bear with me. There is nothing worse than watching wide receivers run those little under routes, and I throw the football, and I'm 10 yards short. You got to push the ball down the field if you're going to get the first down. And guess what? You threw an interception, so be it. You made the tackle. No big deal. It's kind of like a punt.
The give to the back. There he goes. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
The Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna run it. It's Gunderson. Still on his feet at the 45. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, Titans, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The Seminoles trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, Phyllis. Houston is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Pittsburgh. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to adjust the pattern. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Breaks into the open.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. They might go back to that one in the big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Pulls and fires complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll go to the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Turning it on. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Handoff from the shotgun. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texans! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Still on his feet, and remember, he can return it. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David,
Makes a grab down the middle. There he goes. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. Once he got some room, it was over.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days. But how about this quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he could advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's what...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Seminoles. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush. It was the hit on the quarterback that forced the throw to not be as accurate as the QB would have liked. Nice job in the back end, securing the interception, and then taking it the distance.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Texas offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Rush is on him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Setting up the screen. The tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
He wants to change this route. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory.
Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. His head is spinning.
How nice is it in an offense where you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking to throw on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Fires on the move. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for space. It's Love. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Gonna look downfield again. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Knowles.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Florida State. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter. but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Purdue looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Boilermakers. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Heck of a showing. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And his first throw here is incomplete.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The throw on target to the left. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield on first down. Fires left. He makes a catch. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Going for it all. He's got it at the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Unloads it left. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Looking to scramble. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And here comes the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. That one bounds through the end zone and it'll be a touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to buy time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wants to go up top on first down. Skips away from pressure. Got out of trouble and throws. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Lofts one deep down the right side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Under fire. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The running back has it. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Third down play from the gun. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He's at the 10, and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Longhorn!
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
On the direct snap, it's McGooligan. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the...
Wide open on the right. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
It's complete to the left. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Quarterback making adjustments. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.